So my name is Richard Hughes Rowlands. I'm the EMEA Regional Product Manager for the stationary printer family. That includes the desktop printers and the industrial printers. Today I want to tell you about the new desktop printer, the entry-level value tier ZD220 series printer. At the entry level, price is often a very important factor, but you don't have to give up on features or performance with Zebra. It's built to the same standards, the same quality, and in the same factories as the rest of the Zebra printer range, including the ZD400 and the ZD600 series. In this video, we're going to take you through unboxing the printer, setting the printer up, and in comparison with its predecessor, the GC420. So, when you get a ZD200 series printer, what do you get? You get the cardboard box we have here. Standard Zebra shipping materials, looks like any other printer at this point. So let's open it up and see what you actually get. First thing you notice, and the first thing you're going to use, if you've not done this before, is the setup guide. And we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. Also on the reverse side, we have packing instructions, should you need to get the thing back in the box at any point. Open it up, 2 power cords, standard kettle style Euro and UK power cords. A bit more unpacking, USB cable, type A, type C, standard printer cable, power supply, again pretty standard stuff for the desktop printers from Zebra. A little bit more paperwork, the safety guides, very short safety guide, very necessary safety guide in lots and lots of languages, and a new document is the regulatory guide. You'll see this in quite a lot of printers now. So this has all the compliance statements about the printer in it as well. A little bit more unpacking, and the printer itself is revealed. So let's take it out of the box and have a look. And there it is, ZD220 direct thermal model. The first thing you're going to notice, if this is the first time you've seen one, and if you're using the GC420, which is this product replaces, is the color. Color's very different. This time we're matching the rest of the color palette that we use on our printer family, matching the rest of the desktop range, largely grey exterior, yellow touch points, and a very simple user interface. Let's take a look and see how simple the ZD220 is to set up. And I'm going to use the setup guide as help for doing that. If you remember, this was on the first thing you see when you open up the printer. So step 1, install the software. Really does help a lot if you actually install your software first, particularly on Windows. So get the drivers loaded, get your application loaded. First step on the instructions. Setting up the printer, step 2. Let's open it up. There's no media loaded at the moment. We're going to do that in the next step, but we need to connect the power supply. So the standard desktop power supply, which is connected to the mains already, and you'll notice there's a little green LED on the power supply, so that's showing us the power supply is good. Standard sort of connector you get on the desktop printer family, and it goes into the back of the printer. Printer has an on-off switch. This one is on the front of the printer. So to turn it on, you need to push the switch on the front, and you can see that the LED lights up, indicating the printer has power. So the next step, we're going to load some media into the printer. Open it up with the 2 yellow touch points on the side. Standard clamshell design, folds up and stays open. You can see the print head there in a position that you'd expect, and the media guides are there. Again, yellow indicate these are things you're meant to touch. The media guides here are adjustable, so you can open them as far as you need for the media, spring-loaded, and they return. They also have a lock on them, so if you're using fan-fold media supplied externally, you can actually lock the guides into position. But we have some roller media today, so that's what we're going to use. The other thing you may need to adjust is the sensor. Again, a yellow touch point. The sensor, you can move it from the middle position all the way across to the edge. So depending on the media you're using. If it is something other than a standard rectangular format label, you can actually move the sensor across to the right position. So the media loads in, you open it up, you put it on the hanger, you put it through the two integrated media guides on the front, over the platen roller and out the front, and then simply close it up. Printer LED goes green, and you can press the pause button to feed a label through. Printer automatically calibrates. That's as simple and as easy as it is to load and set up your ZD220. The ZD220 is replacing the GC420, so let's take a look at the two printers. The first thing you notice is the color. Clearly the GC is in the older style colors that we used from some years ago, whereas the ZD200 series uses the new brand look and feel. In terms of the user interface, what you see on the GC is a single control that integrates the LED, whereas on the ZD, those are separated out into a separate feed and LED status indicator. The power button is on the front of the ZD and on the rear of the GC. Let's open them up and have a look on the inside. You see the use of yellow again on the ZD to indicate those areas you're meant to touch. The roll holder and media guide are one integrated component on the ZD. As you open the printer up, the roll holder moves and the media guide moves. On the GC, there are two independent movements. So you have to adjust both the roll holders and the media guides on the side to set it up for any given media. So from that point of view, the ZD is easier to use. The GC has a single sensor fixed position in the center of the media, whereas the sensor on the ZD220 is adjustable all the way from the center of the media out to the left-hand edge. So if you're using non-rectangular media, you can adjust the sensor to correctly position the label.